Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third. I am the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we took part in a party on a luxurious airship. We ended up breaking or gathering an artifact for our, I guess, for the Zeptian Church that we are a member of as Kevin. That Kevin is a member of for the Gralsritter. I don't exactly know how that all works out. We'll work our way through it. I already uploaded the first 2 episodes and there was feedback. So apparently there was positive feedback. There was a little bit of a nagging. Apparently you can talk to characters twice in a row and they'll oftentimes say something different the second time around. So congratulations, you just elongated this Let's Play series by about 15 episodes. That is very, very nice of you. I greatly enjoy that part. Of course I do. That kind of sounded sarcastic, but it is not. We are going to be talking to everybody on this airship now. Passenger. My sister can be unbelievably stubborn sometimes. How am I supposed to enjoy sightseeing when she's being like this? Her stubbornness drives me nuts sometimes. She isn't even interested in listening to my opinion. No, I'm not budging on this. We are going to Herb Royal Villa after Grancel Castle, and that is final. I can't believe you're actually considering just going around fishing of all things. My brother is always so selfish. He only ever thinks about what he wants to do. He doesn't care what I want to do. He makes me so mad. Yeesh. Selena, what a nice name. Did you hear the announcement, sir? If not, we will soon be arriving in Grancel City. So it might be wise to check you have all of your belongings on you, on your person, while you still have time to look for anything that is missing. We'll soon be arriving in Grancel City, the terminus of this liner. Please ensure that you have all belongings with you once we disembark. Also, Kevin, you're such a smug-looking guy. What kind of equip do you have? You have a ritter bow, step shoes, and sounds awesome. Well cushioned, I bet. But what I'm really interested in, you know. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. What do I have? I don't have any other quartzes, huh? Interesting. We have mine 4 HP for this. Is all looking very good. Like, this is endgame stuff from the last game, so I'm very happy. Except for this information quartz. That's not that good. But that is cool. So there's tier 3 quartzes as well, but there is no tier 4. So that is the same standpoint where we left off in the last game, I do think. Yes. So no new orbments this time. Tactics, all pretty. What kind of ass breakers do I have except for this one? I only have Grail Sphere. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's get on it. All I wanted to check. I really am not very good with heights. I mean, it's not phobia level or anything. I'm just not very good with them. Do I want to look out? I kind of do, but I kind of don't, too. Oh, that was one amazing business discussion. I never thought I'd see the day when Mirano wouldn't have the upper hand in one, but it just happened. The world is full of surprises. Simon and Mirano. Doesn't ring a bell, I'm sorry. Still, while she might not have had the upper hand, she did get what she wanted in the end. It's not like she really lost or anything. That bargainer really knew how to put up a good fight for someone so young. Still, I've got an excellent information dealer working for me too. So the next time we do business, it's going to be a 6-4 deal in my favor. No, scratch that, 7-3. That bargainer really knew how to put up a good fight for someone so young. I wonder if I could convince him to work for me? You're from Bose Market? I don't know. I used to be a sailor back in the day, but now I always use airships to get around. They're way faster than boats for one thing, and unlike orbital buses, you don't end up with a sore ass after a long journey either. Back in the day, I used to sail the rough waters of the Tidith Bay, but now, give me a comfy airship any day. The times are always a-changing, I guess. Should have probably given that guy a different voice or accent. Mommy, can I go have a look outside? Can I? But I'm bored. Come on, just for a bit, please. Bored. Oh, no, you can. Please sit down like a good girl. We're almost there now anyway, so just be quiet. I swear, sometimes I think this child has ants in her pants or something. Can she not sit down quietly for 5 blissful minutes? Thank you for that hint with the double talking to characters. Thank you. My wife went back to her family's home. I mean, I'm as aware of it as anyone that I've been so busy with work lately that I haven't been able to spend any time with her, but if I'd known I was going to come to this, I would have sat down and talked to her about it a long time ago. I wish I could be as carefree as he is. Wee! Being out here feels amazing! We're gonna see Mommy. You wanna come? I'm not sure you should be inviting complete strangers to family gatherings, kiddo. You go have fun with your mom, okay? The two of us have spent the past half a year traveling all around the continent. Didn't you get married? I couldn't have wished for a better honeymoon. Yes, you got married. I am so glad I chose him to spend my life with. She got buried in the second chapter. Armand, we're finally back home in Liberal. Which means it's time to start thinking of getting a house for ourselves. What kind of house would you like? I think we'd probably be best going for somewhere that feels warm and homey, even if it's not that big. Something like a house on a hill near a forest? What do you think? Hehe, I can't believe he's already thinking of finding a place for us to live. But that does sound like the perfect place to start a lovely, happy family. Fill me in on the details, please. Never mind, I don't want to be weird. I don't even want to be here right now. Why do I have to go out of my way to see him anyway? It's not fair. My dad is so annoying. I'm 16, you know. I'm old enough to do whatever the hell I want without him butting into my business. I bet. Captain Otto. Why do you want to know what I wanted to be as a child to begin with? That's not really something you normally tell complete strangers with cameras in their hands, you know? Oh, I'm on to you, mister. You can't distract me. This is a serious news report here, so please answer my questions. She sure is making good use of those reporters' privileges. By the way, my dream was to become a phantom thief. Isn't that cool? No prizes for guessing what kinds of books she must have read as a kid. Oh, you'd be so persistent. How can I get out of this? I can't tell her a tough guy like me used to want to be a pastry chef. Alright, that was already the second line. We're approaching the Bagan range. Be careful of potential air turbulence in this area. I know. I've been doing this route for 3 years now. I know what I'm doing, man. The Bagan, I'm gonna need a second to, chew on that name. Bagan range is part of the border between Liberal and Calvert. As soon as we're over that, it'll be barely any time before we're in Gransel. Heading west-northwest, yahoo! Nope, that was the menu. Alright, the orbital pressure looks perfectly normal. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to ask you not to come down here, sir. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you not to come down here. It's for your own safety. You might end up tripping on something. But this is cool. And what if you hid some secret loot down here. I wouldn't want to miss out on that, would I? No, no. No, 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 no. But I didn't find any secret loot, did I now? Yes, I'm finally almost in Liberal. Why did I come, you ask? Because it's the last spot the ancient dragon was sighted. There is no information on where it went after it showed up here, so if I want to try and pursue it, this is the best place for me to come. As soon as we land, I need to go and talk to Lyndon to see if he knows anything. You know, I could fill you in on some special privileged information. It's been 3 long years of traveling, but I'm finally almost here. I can hardly wait to land. I'm off to see my grandchild and grandson. We haven't seen one another in 3 years now. I have been really worried what with all the trouble that's been happening in Liberal. I think a lot of people thought there wouldn't be much in the way of trouble after the non-aggression pact was signed, but so much for that. Apparently my grandchild wasn't hurt during the thing, but I'm still worried. The cleaning staff for these airships really do a splendid job, don't they? They're a fine role model for the rest of the service industry. I'm gonna have to make sure I don't undo their hard work. Don't go getting yourself too worked up now, man. You'll just end up screwing up even more like usual. I get that you want to be an orbital engineer and all, but I think you could do with taking things a bit easier. Getting yourself stressed out and worked up will only help screw yourself up. Anyway, first thing is stopping by the central factory in Ries. There is no better place to learn about cutting-edge orbital tech than there. I'm gonna really have to make the most of it, really. I might have failed that interview to join the Verne Company. But this is my chance to learn all about cutting-edge orbital tech, and I'm gonna master the heck out of it. I will, really. I bet. This is a passenger announcement. We'll soon be arriving in Grancel City, the terminus of this liner. We suggest that all passengers return to their seats as soon as possible, as the airship may be unsteady during the landing. Do 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 do. It's so lovely to be back here again. The Republic was a wonderful place too, but you can't beat the air here in Liberal. You wouldn't believe all that stuff happened half a year ago looking at Grancel now either. It's all completely back to normal. The people here sure are strong for what's usually such a peaceful country. Well, it's a country ruled by a queen. Everyone knows women are tough in the face of adversity. I'm not sure whether you're a perfect example of that or the opposite. You're right about the air here, though. It is nice. Nostalgic, almost. Makes me feel a little homesick. Your home is Arteria, right? The place with all the really big churches and stuff? Nah, I'm not actually from Arteria. Not many people are. It's actually pretty darn small, like smaller than most states around the continent. It's where the high seat of the Zeptian church is, so lots of pilgrims and clergymen gather there, but few are actually born there. Oh, really? Huh. So where are you from, then? Dorothy! Oh, Niall! I'm home! Did you miss me? Did I miss you? Of course I missed you. What in Idio's name have you been doing? I sent you to Bose. How did you end up in Calvert? You were definitely on the westbound liner. I'm sure of it. I really don't know. Oh, wait. I might actually know. Go on then, spit it out. I bet I'm a sleepwalker. After I got on the right airship, I fell asleep and then sleepwalked onto the wrong one. To think that all of this could turn out to be part of some elaborate murder plot. Wowee, all of a sudden I feel like I've walked right into a mystery novel. Sleepwalkers don't change airships, you idiot! I'm all out of breath now. I literally am. Are you alright? I really do think you should cut down on your smoking. You're not as young as you used to be, you know? Oh, right, your 30th birthday was last Friday too, wasn't it? Happy birthday! I bought a cake over in Calvert and had a big celebration for it too. How is it that you can remember useless crap like that and not the things that actually matter? I bet you were just looking for an excuse to eat cake all by yourself, weren't you? You should have seen it, Niall. It was made with Eastern matcha, so it was unlike any cake I'd ever seen. That perfect blend of sweetness and bitterness was just sublime. I took lots and lots of cute pictures of it, so I'll show you them all later on. You brought me pictures of a cake. At least bring back a souvenir. Man, they always felt like they could go into business as a comedy duo and actually made money of it, but they're even more of a crack up now. Wait a second. Ha! Nice to see you again, Niall. You're looking same old, though maybe you're not so happy about that? What are you doing here? Please tell me she didn't end up going to Arteria and causing trouble there too? Your wish is my command. We just ran into one another on that airship by total coincidence, that's all. Oh good, you had me worried for a minute. I was scared stiff she'd gone and smashed some super expensive stained glass windows in the cathedral there or who knows what. I'm so sorry for what you have to put up with. Pshaw, you're too much of a worrywart. Whose fault do you think that is? Still, it's good to see you again, Father. What brings you to Liberal? Something else happen here? Oh, just a bit of work-related business I've got to take care of. It's not part of a major investigation, so don't go getting your hopes up. Nothing of interest's gonna happen. Haha, I'll be the judge of that. Anyway, so, where are you staying for the time being? Ransom Cathedral? I'll have to drop by and say hi sometime when I get the chance. Haha, go for it. In the meantime, I'm dragging your butt right back to the office, Dorothy. You're gonna tell us all about what the hell you've been doing these past 2 weeks. Hehe, you betcha. I snapped photos of every meal I had while I was over in Calvert, so I'm sure if we develop them, I'll be able to remember everything. I'm not talking about your gourmet report. Whew, seeing those two together really makes it sink in that I'm back here. Thinking about it, I wonder how all the others here are doing. I know Estelle and Joshua are abroad at the moment, but I've got no idea what the others are up to. Is that you, Father Graham? Lieutenant Colonel Sid? It's good to see you again. I'm pleased to see you've been keeping well since the last time we last met at that banquet. Same to you, sir. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting you to be the army representative who came to meet me, though. I figured it'd be Julia. It may have been, but she's currently out on another mission, so unfortunately you'll have to make do with me. I didn't have anything better to do, so I came in her place. There is no need to be so modest. A little bird told me that you were going to be promoted to a full-on colonel soon, aren't ya? I shouldn't be surprised that your people have such good information network, but I still am. I'm still afraid I am afraid I still feel the position is too much responsibility for me as I am. Brigadier General Bright has plenty of work left in him, too. I wouldn't want to take any of it from him. Poor Cassius is still getting worked to the bone, huh? Anyway, getting down to business. It's in Gransel, right? Gransel Cathedral, right? That's correct. It's being kept underneath it, to be more specific, although I imagine you're already aware of that much. I hear laymen like myself can't even enter it without the Knights' permission. Pretty much. It's a special place, you see. I'll fill you in on the details when we get there. Alright then. Well, we may as well head there right away. There's someone I want you to meet in the cathedral. Huh? Who? Let's just say someone who's been assisting with this case. They'll be apprising you of the details on what you're dealing with here. Definitely the good old Gransel we know. We know and love. And a good moment to drink tea, honestly. Ah, there you are. It's good to see you again, Archbishop. You look very well. Huh? And you must be... Woman in white. I wasn't expecting you to be quite this young. How old are you? 22, but... That's a lot younger than I expected. Are the Grasritter really so short-staffed that they are handing out their most important posts to kids? You can't blame me for assuming the Fifth Dominion would look like more of a veteran, can you? Your surprise is written all over your face. Someone in your position should have a much better poker face than that. Maybe you need to redo your training from scratch? Or are you just acting? I wonder. How do you... Professor Russell, please. He isn't here for you to try and pick a fight with him. Please try to be a little less deliberately provocative. Oh, what? Ah, hell no. Hell no! He's here to steal the thing we went through with so much effort to bring up, and you want me to play nice? And kindly, don't call me that ever again. Professor Russell? I'm confused. I don't want to be addressed in the same way as that old coot. Is this Tita? This can't be Tita. You can't be Tita. Of course. Oh man, I'm getting my voices mixed up. I also have to look up Colonel Sid's voice because I'm pretty sure I got it wrong. But, you know, mistakes happen. It's been half a year since I last recorded. I'm sorry, I'm getting sweaty and uncomfortable. I'll just continue now. Of course, ma'am. Wait, Russell? Then you are... Huh! Ah, it's Tita's mother, of course. I suppose I should introduce myself. I'm Erica Russell. I'm sure it's not a name you're going to be forgetting anytime soon. Still, I sure didn't expect to run into little Tita's mother here. I'd heard you and your husband were both living abroad. What brought you back? What do you think? After all that went down here, there was no way I was staying out of the country any longer than I had to. Though with how remote the region we were in is, it was all over by the time word reached us. Had we found out sooner, I sure wouldn't have let that maniac pull half the crap he did. Doesn't sound like you're too happy with the professor nowadays, huh? Talk about an understatement! That wag job actually took my little girl to that floating city with him. I get that he's soft towards her, but that's no excuse for exposing her to danger. That's fair? And as if that isn't bad enough, he let that red-headed scumbag get near her too! Dude. Comment. That other cretin isn't fit to be within 50 yards of my darling Tita. Never mind actually getting friendly with her. So, you don't, like a gate, huh? Don't you speak that filthy name in front of me ever again. Ah, when I'm finished with him, he'll wish he'd never been born. He might have survived that last onslaught, but we'll see how he fares against an even more powerful unit, won't we? I get the feeling this is a matter we're better off not prying into. I thought the same, so I don't know any more about it than you do. Incidentally, the Professor Russell you're more familiar with is currently vacationing abroad. As such, he has been assisting us with this case in his place. She has been assisting us. Ah, I see. Are you two listening to me? Of course. Sorry. Well, whatever. This staircase sure is long, though. How much farther do we have to go? Not much, as far as I know. Not that I've been counting the steps. Yep, there we go. A dead end. I hope you've got a good explanation for this. I do. This isn't a dead end, but to go any farther, I'm going to need you to undertake a ritual of sorts for me. Well, this certainly took a turn for the strange. Is this an example of the church's famous thaumaturgy? Something like that, yes. Specifically, I would like you to undertake a form of suggestion. I'm not sure I follow. You want us to promise not to tell anyone what we see here, right? That's a little extreme, so no. The Colonel is obviously going to need to report what happened here and to his superiors for one thing. All I want you to do is promise that you won't tell anyone who you aren't certain you can trust. I do need you to say it. I just need you to think and believe it. Weird, but alright. If that's all you want us to do, so be it. I feel the same way. Should we deliberately repeat it in our minds, then? You don't even need to do that. It should just come completely naturally to you. Alright, here goes. In the name of she who dwells above, do I hold this consecrated septium. Space is golden glow, consciousness is silver glow. By your opposing natures, reveal them the path that leads to your sacrament. What? How'd that door appear? Thank you both for your assistance. I can see that you were true to your word. Ah, I see. So if we had just said it, but didn't really mean it, we wouldn't have been able to see anything, right? And yet I can hardly believe what happened. I imagined it would be uncouth of me to ask how all of this works. Yeah, I'd really rather you didn't. Anyway, come on in. Primal ground. Wow. Unbelievable. All these years I had no idea that such a place lay hidden beneath Granzel Cathedral. Well, it's not exactly something we publicize. It was built in accordance with the agreements between the church and the royal family. It has but one purpose: to suppress the power of ancient artifacts and keep their influence in check. I see. Its importance to you Graisrit is quite clear then. I'd assume there are similar ones in places other than Liberal too. Well, I won't deny it. Anyway, we call this place a primal ground. Now there's a deep name if I've ever heard one. Is the original ground the others are based on Arteria? Is the original ground the others are based on in Arteria? I'll take that as a yes. Oh, I'm not confirming anything. I was just thinking about how much you take after the other Professor Russell. That's all. I'll thank you to not associate me with him. He might trump me a little in the theoretical side of things, but when it comes to the practical side of orbital science, I could beat him in my sleep. And I was the one who designed the fundamental systems of the capital and the Arcee, you know. Really? Nice. But I think we're getting off topic here. This is the object in question, right? That's correct. It was pulled up 3 days ago from the area where the Liberal Ark sank, and we believe it to be an artifact. 3 days prior, roughly at the center of Valeria Lake. Where the Liberal Ark sank. Liberark. Is that Antoine? Damn, sun's going down already, huh? If this spot turns out to be a bust, we're probably gonna have to call it quits for today. We can only hope. Professor Russell's certain that this is the area where we should be looking? Yep, and if he says it's here, it's here. Unfortunately, as you know, Valeria Lake's about as deep as a lake can get. Depending on how small the thing we're looking for actually is actually finding it could be a real task and a half. Is it likely to be small, though? The Ouroboros reading suggested we are dealing with quite a large object, I believe. Oh, I wouldn't judge its size based off on those. Ah, Professor. Hey there, kiddo. Finished getting us a new estimated location? Just about. It'd be real swell if you knocked it off with a kiddo, though. I'm not sure it's the most appropriate way to address a married woman, much less one who's already popped out a child. Ha, sorry, but old habits die hard, you know. Hard to make the switch when I've been calling you that since you were about knee-high. Ah, well, I'll let you off this time. Back to work. Can you ask your subordinates to stand down for the time being, Colonel? Is this the spot, then? Were you able to calculate exactly where the object is? Give or take an Arg, yes. Judging by the readings, what we are trying to pull up isn't all that big either. Probably about 50 Reg, maybe even less. You're serious? Thought we'd be dealing with a real monster, not something the size of Antoine. Meow. Still, if it does turn out to be an artifact, this could get problematic. Unfortunately, the church isn't going to want us to let us keep it. That's for sure. I really cannot stand them, no matter how hard you work to get your hands on something. The second it turns out to be an artifact, they swoop in like it's their goddess's given right to have it. It ticks me off. Easy there, we don't know for sure that this even is an artifact yet. Regardless, I'll pass on the message to my subordinates right away. I'll leave the rest here to you, Gustav. You got it. Let's see what we're dealing with, yeah? Okay, that's the spot. Go on ahead. Yes, ma'am. Beginning the salvage operation. God, that sound just fills me with dread. Does the salvage crane sound like it's in poor condition to you? Ah, that's not really what I meant. I just can't bring myself to like artifacts, you see? We can't explain how they have the power they do, but they have it, and it's not something we can ignore either. As a researcher, I can barely imagine anything more frustrating. Even when we can't help but be captivated by them, we are well aware that any attempt to solve their mysteries is pointless. I see, when you put it that way, I can understand to a degree how you must feel. Half a year has passed since all the chaos came to an end, and on the surface we're back to normal. But even now, we still don't know what truly happened here, or what it signified. Yeah. Not that I was here to see it all happen, of course. The crane arms reached the bottom of the lake. I'm gonna attempt to grip the object. Swing and a miss. Moving 30 reach to the right. That did not look like 30 reach if 50 reach is as big as Antoine. That looked a lot bigger than Antoine. Anyway. Ha! Here we go! Yep, we got it. Want me to pull it up? Please do. The moment of truth, huh? Here we go. What? Oh my. I see. Still, looking at it. Correct. There were horrible readings coming from the artifact when we found it, but not anymore. And I'm sure I don't need to spell out the significance of that, do I? No, it's plain as day why you decided to stay and wait for me now. If an artifact has lost its power, it's exempt from the traditional agreements governing them and doesn't need to be given to the church. That it? Hey, you already understand me so well. We could cut right to the chase then. The orbital readings disappeared just before we handed the artifact over to the cathedral, as it so happens. It's currently being looked after here, but the formal procedures to transfer ownership have yet to be completed, making its legal owner unclear. So in your expert opinion, what should be done here? This is a tricky one. I'm assuming Liberal wants to assert ownership of it in this scenario, right? If anything, it's the professor here who wants to do that. I'm merely here accompanying her as a representative of the Royal Army. The only reason it's not lying at the bottom of Valeria Lake right now is because of ZCF's salvage efforts. I'd say we have every right to keep it, personally. From what I've heard, it's completely impossible to analyze an artifact that's no longer active. I don't see how it would be of any use to your research as things stand now. But you're sure you want it that badly? Oh, absolutely! We're talking about an object found at the site of where a massive flying city used to be. I might not have seen it happen, but it sounds like everything we thought we knew about the world was more or less proven wrong. You know, by the truth that you people in the church have kept hidden for the past, I don't know, 1,000 years? As for that Ouroboros group, they don't make much more sense than you guys. The more I hear about their advances in technology, the less I can work out how it's even possible. I don't know how the truth what the truth is, or what's really happening here in this land. But I can't stand by and feign disinterest in knowing the answers anymore, and I'm far from alone. So long as there's the slightest chance that Artifact could shed light on all of what I want to know, I want it. I think you've made your point, Professor. It's not as though interrogating him will achieve anything. True enough. Well, you've heard what I've got to say. It's up to you to tell us what you're going to do. Will you hand over that lump of metal, or won't you? Well, that brief hesitation was all it took to spawn a great evil. Who's she? No way. It crawled through the fields, ran through the hills, and spread disaster in the skies above. An excerpt from the Book of Ezer, verse 2, Disaster Unleashed. I apologize for the delay in coming, Father Graham. My name is Ries Argent, and I am a squire of the Gralsritter. Ries? Ries? I look forward to working under you. I didn't think we'd end up having more company. Wait a second. Is something the matter? So that's how they think they can get me, is it? But they can't just bribe me so easily. I'm better than that. But maybe I underestimated the Gralsritter. They think they can break my will to fight by sending a girl like you my way, do they? But I'm not gonna go down so easily because I've got a secret weapon of my own. Behold the most powerful force in the universe! Isn't that? That's Tita, isn't it? How cute. Isn't she? Isn't she? I bet you just want to jump into this photo and squeeze her like a stuffed toy right now, don't you? I should have known a cutie patootie like you would be able to appreciate the same qualities in others. Anyway, that's why no matter how friggin' adorable you may happen to be, you can't take me down because I've got a natural immunity. I beg your pardon, but I'm afraid I'm not really following. You keep saying that someone is cute, but are you referring to me? Who else would I be talking about? You've got such an aura of maturity about you, and yet your features still have that irresistible trace of innocence to them. And then they throw you into a sister's habit to complement it all, like a little cherry on top. That's the most flattering habit I've ever seen. If I didn't have my protective field, I'd be in real danger here. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just saying. Might I inquire as to the identities of the people with you, Father Graham? Sure. The lady is Professor Erica Russell of Central Factory, ZCF. While the gentleman is Lieutenant Colonel Sit of the Royal Army. Seriously though, Father Graham? Really? So you're the people who initially discovered the artifact then? Thank you for your cooperation in our work. We will take over looking after it from here on out. That'll be all. Wait a... What? Hold on a minute. We hadn't finished deciding on what to do with it yet. Perhaps not, but my intention was to save you the time and effort required to do so by making the correct judgment myself. Whether it has lost its power or not, that is no ordinary artifact. It is potentially related to one of the Zepterians. I'm surprised that you haven't humored the option of letting an outsider take custody of it. I mean... Well, you sure know how to pick a fight. Go on then, what legal basis do you have for taking it from us? The agreements with the church quite clearly say that the artifacts that have lost their power are exempt from the usual rules. I have no legal basis, but you have no more of one for keeping it. If we are following the agreements to the letter, no one is allowed to assert the ownership of inactive artifacts. It belongs to neither you nor me. It is simply an abandoned object with no owner whatsoever. What? So all you got is, I don't need a reason. It's mine, and that's final. To put it bluntly, yes. Well, if that's how you want to play it. What's your take on this, Kevin Graham? Well, by all means. I thought I'd been kicked out of this conversation. But, well, I can't say I don't want to take it back to Arteria with us. But after all the help Liberal's given us, I'd feel kind of bad just snatching it from them without even giving them a valid reason. Both arguments have a degree of merit, but neither is clearly more correct. I'm not sure how you'll solve this one. You, do know that you're smack dab in the middle of this too, right? Whoa. What is it? Why do you both look so surprised? What do you mean, why? Did the two of you not hear that? Hear what? Wait a... Oh. I love cubes. I love them. A great, not sphere. Is it? It's not a sphere. What's that? I forgot the English name for it. Anyways. Wow. Oh, no way! That thing wasn't giving off any orbital readings at all anymore. 0. Zip. Why is it suddenly active again? I believe that settles our dispute. It sure does. So the real artifact was inside, huh? I've never seen one quite like it. It looks like a box of some kind, or a cube, maybe. I love cubes. Oh. I'd like to thank you two for your cooperation in the recovery of this artifact. In accordance with the pact of the church, I, Kevin Graham, will be assuming custody of it from here on out. You and all who aided you have the Zeptian Church's deepest appreciation. Whew, I thought we were never gonna escape. Erika sure does know when to quit. That's a kind of way of putting it. I couldn't believe what I was hearing right at the end, though. Just as I thought she'd maxed out her crazy talk to spew, she goes and shouts, "Well, if you're gonna be taking that, then I'll be taking her!" Ha! I thought Annalise was a one-of-a-kind cuteness freak, but she might actually have some stiff competition. Annalise? Oh, sorry, she's a girl I met while I was here last time. She's a bracer, about your age, I think. Oh, Ries? Yes? You're not mad at me, are you? For not keeping in touch with you? Father Graham? Yes? 5 years is a long time. Just as you have changed and progressed in rank significantly during those years, so have I. The Ries Argent standing before you is a squire of the Gralsritter, not the girl you once knew. I'm here to serve and protect you, nothing more. Come on, Ries. You need not concern yourself with how I feel. If you don't treat me as a subordinate, then there is little reason for me to be here serving you. And with that talk out of the way, we need to board the last international liner out of Gransel, don't we? We should start making our way to the landing port. Wait a sec. Was that your... It was a figment of your imagination. Huh. You seem to be tired, Father Graham. I see no other explanation as to why you're hearing sounds that clearly don't exist in reality. I think you ought to try and have some rest when we reach the Airship. As I was saying, I think you ought to try and have some rest. Don't even try and tell me that one was my imagination. Man, for a second I thought you changed, but no, you have not. Not one bit. You're still the same perpetually hungry Ries I remember. This isn't just a simple physiological phenomenon. My lack of control is proof that I still have plenty of training ahead of me. I can only apologize for my own inability. Since when did not being able to turn off your stomach become something you have to apologize for? Besides, you wouldn't have any other way. I wouldn't have you any other way. You're forever gonna be the girl who was always getting caught sneaking into the kitchen and trying to stuff her face to me. I'll be going on ahead. Hey, wait a second. You're in my way. Please move. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to push my luck. I just got carried away thinking of old times, that's all. You have no reason to apologize. Nor do I see any point in doing so, because there are few things in this world that carry less weight than one of your apologies. Damn, finally biting back, huh? Well, while I've only got a 50-50 chance of you listening to me, can I knock it off with a Father Graham, or even Father for that matter? For what reason? I don't know if you're doing it because you feel like you have to, or because you want to act all distant. But there's no way I can get used to it, like ever. It weirds me out. So, please? Call me Kevin, same as you always did. What if I refuse? Then I'll beg you until you change your mind. I'll get down on my knees if I have to. You certainly would. Well, you know what they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I know it's been a while since, but I'm way too set in my ways now. The one left me. Sorry, didn't quite catch that. It was nothing. Still, I can't very well refuse an order from my superior, so... Oh, no, you're not playing that game. It's not an order, it's a favor. Very important distinction. You're so selfish, Kevin. There we go. That's what I wanted. But just so we're clear, even if I've changed how I address you, the fact that I'm your subordinate has not changed in the slightest. Don't forget that. Yeah, I know. We can talk like we used to, but there's no way to turn back the clock to the way things used to be. Oh, and one more thing. We've still got some time until the last airship leaves, so how about we head over to the department store in the East Block? We can grab you something to eat. I like the sound of that. I propose buying all the bread they have left. I didn't know you were that hungry. I thought you were joking when you said you were gonna buy everything they had left. The girl behind the counter looked like she thought you were a freak of nature. This is just another example of Idios' divine providence. It's better that they're bought by someone who intends to consume them than to have the poor things be thrown away. Yeah, you're a real bleeding heart, but that much? I hope you're not spending your entire salary on food. I'll have you know that you have nothing to worry about. There are few people in this world who know how to make better use of sales and special offers than I. Well, whatever makes you happy. It's not my business how you blow your Mira in the end of the day. Still, while I'll give you that, my getup is right up the top of the suspicious charts. I can't talk anymore, man. Been an hour. I'm pretty sure anyone would be confused if a woman in a sister's habit came wandering into their shop after dark to buy out the leftovers. Oh, stop your grumbling. And it's almost time for us to leave. We should make our way over to the landing port. I'm not sure how much longer my stomach can wait. Yes, ma'am. Is something... Sorry, that stomach of yours is gonna have to wait a little longer. Unforgivable! I don't know I don't know who this fiend is, but as long as I don't kill them, I can go as far as I like, right? I sympathize, but you, might want to calm down a little. Still, whoever they are, they're not very good at tailing people. Quite. I doubt they have much experience. They do seem to have undergone some degree of training, however. Yeah. Oh well, sad to say, but we're gonna have to skip today's last airship out of here. Do you know of a good place to strike? Oh, I do. I know the perfect place. Harbor? Harbor. Gilbert! Is that Gilbert? Can't be Gilbert, right? Where did they go? I saw them enter this area, I'm sure of it! It was you, huh? Huh? How did you discover me? My stealth abilities are the height of perfection! You're just like I remember you, still way too sure of yourself. Who might he be? Well, he's technically part of Ouroboros. He's about as low-ranking a member as you can get, though. Ah, I see. He does look the part. How dare you! I'll have you know I'm very much on the up. And as for you, what do you mean he does look the part? You couldn't look more like a nobody if you tried. You're the kind of person who constantly throws himself into things too big to handle and ends up sabotaging himself without anyone lifting a finger. And you refuse to learn from any of your failures too. What? You haven't lost your touch. I'm impressed how accurately you were able to judge his character after talking to him for like a second. I didn't even need to talk to him. He oozes irrelevance from his every pore. Cocky, aren't you? Well, let's see how long that cockiness lasts. Man, I wish I could change my clothes that fast. That would save me. Like, I could probably record a lot more if I could. Just saying. Templar sword? So that's what you picked, huh? Just like you chose a bowgun as your weapon of choice, I chose a Templar sword for mine. That's all there is to it. Gotcha. Impossible! What did you just do? I don't even know how I got hit! It's a weapon used by the Gralsritter, called a Templar sword. The blade's made up of multiple pieces held together by wires that let the user extend it. It will. Sounds like a bleach weapon. Who was that guy called? Renji had a Templar sword after your description? Huh? Anyway, it's time those lips started flapping. What's a wanted criminal like you doing here in Gransel? How much of your business do you know? Of our business do you know? Why should I have to answer your... Ah! You don't know when to give up. Start talking. Now. FYI, she is not in a good mood. And, you don't want to make her any madder. It looks like I've got only one option. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm only here because I crash landed. I didn't even want to come here. And after I did, I happened to see you two, so I decided to follow you, I swear. Maybe I misjudged him. There might be more to him than meets the eye. In a sense. That's a nice way of putting it. So, go on, keep talking. You said you crash landed here. That means there's an Ouroboros airship somewhere near here that you came on, right? No, there isn't. I did crash land, but it wasn't on board an airship. It was on board this. What the? He has an archaism? Hahaha, not so irrelevant now, am I? Show them what you can do, Apache. Mow them down. One hour, 2 minutes, no option to save. What are you? G-Apache, 13,000 HP, a kind of archaism made by the 13 factories. Has many different armaments. No weakness that I can tell. Gilbert, 10,000 HP. This member of Ouroboros with the most growth potential, he says, uses varied attacks. Alright, I do know how I start this one off. Did you just freeze my... Dang it, Bobby! Dang it. That was not nice. Let me just come out and say that right now. He's not going to be able to cast fast on himself now. Raises Templar sword and extends it to attack. Impede. Nice. Holy Blessing heals 50% HP, restores 50 CP, and cures KO with a blessing. Holy smokes. You can probably not do that on yourself. You have wind, you have a little bit of fire, you have a little bit of everything actually, but not enough. Not even close to enough. How'd he take... He takes frost damage? I'm not used to the effects anymore. It's been a while, like I mentioned earlier. I hate what's going on right now. I hate what's going on right now. Can you move? This is... I hate what's going on right now. I actually have to cure him, huh? Did that have impede? No, I did cast speed on myself. Good. Alrighty, Kevin. Come on, be fast. Nah, didn't work out. God darn it. Tried that as fast as I could, but, well, should have done that in a better fashion. Come on, I might be terrible at combat, but that was kind of an unfortunate, like, string of events. Like, really. Also, note to self, you don't want to be standing in that guy's attack range. Do I use an item, or do I use healing? 6,000? That's plenty. Gilbert, you sound like a little girl. I'm kind of bummed that I got frozen and, like, combo to Ruin a second ago. I do like what he's doing right now, like moving from left to right. That's very nice of him. Temporary immunity sounds awesome. I will... Oh, Sylpharion is actually move up. Sylvan Wing, we only have buffs. I don't like not having my the area of effect arts that I'm used to. I dislike my area of effect arts right now. Well, I did not get the chance to manage that though. More of that, Gilbert. You did not have the guard attack that lets you do AoE guard, but you did? Earth guard, earth wall. You gotta be That's medium defense up. Might be necessary. Nah, this combat, this is not that big of a deal. This is not that big of a deal, Eric. He froze me. He froze me. I'm gonna petrify you. In all honesty, that Apache is probably able to revive him. I wouldn't know. I don't know. We'll see. You think you can get a Zephyr round? Nah. You got that wrong, Gilbert. You got that wrong. I don't want to do an ass breaker. What kind of element was slowdown? Do I have that? Probably don't. I'm sorry that this is taking a little bit, but I'm trying to get used to my stuff again. We have something good single target combo attack. Ah, sure. Yeah, so much for that. Are we close enough together to do an immunity? I think it's worth. 1,500 with arts is not particularly great. I think Kevin has higher arts stats, so I want to do melee with Ries from now on. We'll compare the two anyways. Nice movement range, that's for sure. Doesn't matter, so I might as well not just not spend my EP Art's defense up. Not what I wanted to see. Not what I wanted to see here. I still have speed. Clock down, that's the one I was thinking about. Gotta try it if I get the chance. Although usually these guys were, like, resistant? No. What was that? What was that? I do not want to take that in the face. I don't. I don't. Impede. Arrgh. Freely choosable. Very nice. I should have definitely checked that a second ago. Actually, when I didn't have any CP. Ooh. Ugh. Very nice. Let's see what kind of arts defense you got. Nah. Not even that good. I still have my speed. No, I think Ries does not have... Yep. Yep. I'll take that in the face. I do have immunity. And Ries should be out of the range. I'm still not entirely... I'm still not 100% on how I want to call her. Also, I assumed that was gonna happen. Oh, I've worked up an appetite. I'm gonna like this. No! Curse you! Do you have any idea how much I had to go through to earn that? You really are full of surprises, aren't you? I'm impressed, Ries. You sure know how to get the best out of that thing. Not at all. I've still got a lot to learn. Especially if you want to be half as good as my sister. If I want to be half as good as my sister. Still, I'm no different. Kevin, Anyway. I'd wager you are out of tricks now, so you ready to give up and come quietly? If you don't try to cause any more trouble, I'll hand you over to the soldiers here and leave it at that. You're planning to hand me over to the Royal Army? That's your best option. If you really want us to take you back to Arteria instead, that's cool by me. But if you go with that one, I can't guarantee your safety. I'll leave that one to you. Uh-oh. Cube action. Again? Well, what was that? This thing again. It starts glowing so randomly. Maybe it's reacting to something? Well, what's that thing? What are you planning on doing? Nothing to you. Don't worry. Shut up for a second. What is up with this thing? So the time to begin is finally upon us. Huh? What? When did you... Again? That definitely looks like Lionheart Löwe. Come on, brain, spit out the full name of that character. He's awesome. Unreliable as heck. Fun. It's a pleasure to meet you again, Kevin Graham. Traverser of the pathless dark, repenting of his transgressions with a sign of a stigma forever on his back. Who the hell are you? That can't be Löwe. Ah! Kevin! Thus my lord was revived, and come forth, offerings, come forth, lost lambs, burned to ashes in the ever-blazing flames. That was a little fast. What happened? Why did I... Ugh. Where am I? Hey, Ries! Ries, are you okay? Oh, what's going on? Kevin! Where are we? Whew, I'm glad you're okay. How are you feeling? Any pain? I feel sick. You do? My stomach's going to implode if it doesn't get any food soon. I'm starting on all that food we bought. Sure, I'd normally be just as down for food as you are, but come on! Is that really what you should be thinking right now? There's nothing in this world more important or fundamental than eating. But if we must change the subject, I remember a strange man appearing, then that cube glowing white all of a sudden. Then... Yeah, I don't remember any more than that either. Just quick time out. The guy had white hair just like Löwe did. Löwe is a character with a very important story that took place in the second chapter. I'm not gonna explain it here. You probably know what's up. Löwe was carrying around a golden sword. He was one of the best fighters and very, very strong opponent we had to face very late in the game. He ended up dying, as far as I remember, although that might be... He ended up dying. That guy was the character we just met, had as a weapon a giant glowing claw. So that very much differentiates them from the Löwe that I know. And the hair color matches. It's a little longer. Half a year passed. He has a, like, cybernetic body implant, or like, he looked like a friggin' man, vocabulary is not my strong suit. Cyborg is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, especially on his neck, there were black tiles, and since we are going up against the Society of Ouroboros, a criminal network with virtually unlimited resources and a huge capacity in terms of research, with the 13 factories and all, I think they might have found some way to get him under their control again. That's my assumption right now. Not gonna do anything further than that. I just wanted to give you a reason why I gave him Löwe's voice. Alright. Yeah, I don't remember any more than that either. But take a look around us. Stone bookcases? Are we inside some kind of ruin? No. Wait. What? The Hermit's Garden. We might be inside of that cube. Yeah. So much for this being an easy assignment. The Gralsritter. Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky the Third, Prologue, End. Game! You could not have said anything better than this. For the moment, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope I will be seeing you in the next episode as well. Two things I want to mention. First, I mentioned uploading 2 episodes per day in the first episode. If someone requested that, it was requested. Thank you. And I'm definitely gonna get on with that right now. I know I'm a wild and crazy guy. We're every day going to stop on odds. I'm gonna upload 2 and 3 today. Tomorrow is gonna be 4 and 5, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna have to work up a little bit of a safety caution for me, so there is the uploads are gonna happen on time with my other uploads. I'm gonna do my best there right now. That's kind of a difficult task because I've got exams coming up and I've got a pretty tight schedule, which is exactly the reason why I just recorded an 80-minute video and said I would be uploading 2 of those per day. I don't always make sense, but sometimes, some rare times, I actually do. Second thing, this is an extraordinarily large video, and I'm using a different recording software from last time. I still haven't found an editing software that perfectly matches that recording software. The one that I used to use and I still use right now happens to cause some minor desync. I noticed that in the first 2 episodes. Like, I'm very sensitive to that sort of thing. You probably have a hard time actually making that out. I don't, because I'm kind of a freak in that regard. And with this being an 80-minute episode, you probably are gonna hear it out, so it's gonna take some extra time in editing. Another software I've been trying to use is not currently working, so I don't know how long that issue is going to last. If it's, you know, worst case scenario, it's gonna last throughout the entire series, and I'm gonna have a little bit of extra time to do in editing, but that's hopefully not going to be that significant. With that out of the way, we're gonna finish up our 3rd episode of Trails in the Sky, Legend of Heroes. The 3rd, I kind of am bummed that this episode was 80 minutes long, but it's not gonna be the norm. The norm is technically 20 minutes with an open end, which is kind of me not being happy with myself, but that's cool. Okay, I've rambled for long enough. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!